Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is your yearly WWE No Mercy 2016 review. I'm going solo. That's LK from KocoSports.net. You guys want to hear what you guys thought of No Mercy? Do you give the show a win? Do you give the show a loss? Or do you give the show a tie? I'm going to give the show a strong tie. But more importantly than that, the New Day were gracious enough to send me an official sponsor for this show. Are you ready? Are you ready? New Ball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. How about that? So we have a sponsor for the show, New Ball. That's how bored I was in the main event. New Day, Bootios, New Day, New Ball, Bootios. We make sure you ain't booty. New Ball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. Yeah, you get the gist. I thought it was funny. That's how bored I was in the main event, and that's the sign of things to come. Show took place from Sacramento, California. The second SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view event. It's the 12th No Mercy until if you include the UK No Mercy. So on the pre-show, you have Kurt Hawkins come out. He's doing all these weird mannerisms. He has this really fucking weird entrance music. He comes out. I want him to cut his hair. And then he starts saying he's going to make his SmackDown debut, his in-ring debut on SmackDown. Immediately off the bat, they're making me not want to watch him wrestle. Like, how it's like, okay, I get it, you're trying to, I get it, and then Tuesday comes in, he has another excuse not to wrestle. The worrying is they're going to do it to the point where I don't care. Like, I was interested in Kurt Hawkins making his WWE return. Now I just don't give a shit. So many times, time after time after time, we've had to listen to him go, yeah, I'm going to debut. I don't know him as being a heel. I just don't care. It didn't get heel heat. No one cared. It was eyeball rolling. It was an eyeball rolling moment. It was get your new ball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. And then that was about it. And then and I'm thinking, okay, I'm sat there. I've got my new ball. I'm thinking, okay, let's get through this. We've got one big can. It's 475 milliliters. Okay, we can get through this. Hype Bros are next to enter. And I'm sat there thinking, do I down this now and OD on Red Bull? Or do I carry on? Or do I take one of those needles and shove them in my eye? I'm thinking, no, I'm going to go to the toilets. I'm going to have a piss because it's going to be the first time in a while I'm going to have a piss where it's clear. Later on, about 3 a.m. in the morning, it's now 3:45, during the women's match, it was a bit green. It was greener than a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. But Jason Jordan it was a Hype Bros American Alpha versus Ascension Vaudevillains. Jordan got your hot tag, spot, Alpha with the grand altitude to get the win. Fuck the Hype Bros. Like, fuck them. There is no man alive I hate more than Zack Ryder. If there was, it would be Mojo Rawley. Like, literally, if they came and said to me, okay, I would give you £50, £5,000 to sit in a room with these two and have a conversation. Internet inventory, this is where you guys come in. Someone paying you £5,000 or $5,000, whatever currency it is, and they're saying, hey, look, you're going to sit in the room with either A, Zack Ryder, or B, Mojo Rawley. Which one do you pick and why? Question of the night. Do you know what I do? I say, I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I don't want to associate with them. Innocent, guilty by association. It's the way I damn see it. We start off then with an awesome intro, an awesome video package, and whoever makes these videos are the unsung heroes of the WWE. Like, literally, they do a magnificent job each and every single time. They always deliver. Kick off the bat. WWE World Heavyweight Championship, AJ Styles defending against John Cena, defending against Dean Ambrose. Now, I'm English, as you can tell. I don't get the American debate. Well, it was on Channel 4, but I'm not interested. Don't mean to be offensive there. And I start thinking to myself, the reason why this is on first is they're trying to grab those people who are going to turn the network off to watch that debate. But by giving away your main attraction, that means they're going to turn off. So in essence, what they were trying to do backfired, because what they were trying to do is steal people from the election to make sure they stay and make sure the election doesn't steal anyone from the network. In essence, what happened is they gave them the big match. And then, quite frankly, according to my Twitter, everyone else fucked off. My Twitter was as bare as a nun's vagina. Not even joking either. I shouldn't have said that. So I understand what they're trying to do. It just backfired. AJ Styles is the heel. He's the heel in this match. He is the loudest reaction. He gets the loudest reaction. and he's the only one and only heel in that ring. WWE Logic there. WWE Logic. Let's go through some of the spots in this match. So I'll take some notes. Like a sad old granddad. That's my gimmick. In school, that was my gimmick. I was like a granddad. I used to, back in my day. I think I got a walking stick somewhere. I might be unprofessional. I get my walking stick. Here it is. Bear with me. 5 seconds. Told you. My nickname was Grandad. On my 19th birthday, my friend got me a walking stick. This can be my knee support as I try and blabber my way through this review as I'm absolutely high on energy drink. As I've got, look, I'm like Dave Meltzer. I'm like Dave Meltzer with the fucking shit on the floor. Clean my shit up, you dirty piece of shit. Anyway, so Cena hits a German onto AJ. AJ hits a German on Ambrose. Really nice spot. Cena hits a code red. There, code red. AJ hits a Hurricane Run off the top. Ambrose rolls through for 2 good near fall. Cena AA's Ambrose, 2 good near fall. AJ suplex on the apron and then a springboard 450 for 2. Cena STF. AJ tries to tap, but Ambrose, it was a really good spot. So he's trying to tap and Ambrose just holds his hand. It was a really well done spot. Ambrose then applies the calf crusher. Cena STF. AJ taps. You're like, okay, so Ambrose and Cena bicker. They argue. Mike Chioda restarts the match. Ambrose dirty deeds 1, 2. AJ pulls the ref out. Cena AA off the top. AJ hits one of them with a chair. Hits Cena, with a chair. 1, 2, 3. Pretty damn good opener. You know, this is a 4-star kind of match. We're going to go Dave Meltzer. We'll go 4-star match. Generally really enjoyed it. Great way to kick off the pay-per-view. It was really strange watching the main event go on first, but what can you do? They're against the debate, or I think is that what they call the president election debate? I don't really know. I don't particularly give a shit, and I think I'm live against them right now. Can't picture my live numbers being very good, but that's another time for another story. Another story for another time. Red Bull talking. So 4-star, setting up Cena and Ambrose at Survivor Series, and I think Survivor Series is the next time SmackDown on pay-per-view. The next match is sponsored by New Ball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. Nikki Bella versus Carmella. Okay, so right now we say we've drunk 50 milliliters of the 475, so we're down to 425. I know I just downed another 100. Nikki Bella, Carmella. If Nikki got any more whorish, sorry, that's not possible. Like, those tights made me feel uncomfortable to watch. And speaking of uncomfortable, Carmella, write this down. 10th of October 2016, right now, has the worst superkick in the history of professional wrestling. Crowd non-existent in the match. And here is a question to each and every one of you. And if you were there live in the building, post-live, obviously, now, I'm asking you, how long do you reckon the queue for the toilets were? My queue was, I didn't have a queue, but I must have felt bad for people who did. Damn it. Carmella applies the code of silence. Nikki gets the ropes. Then it's a TKO to get the win. Nikki is the Cena of WWE Women's Wrestling. No, it was a Divas match from 2010. Skip. Please don't watch that. Watch the opener. SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Usos versus Rhino and Slater, tag champs. Now, I know, but LK, the Usos are really good. They are really good, buddy. Like, they're all refreshed. They're rejuvenated. Look at them. They got new theme music. Oh, look at their Titantron. And that's why my friend was like, yeah, but they changed. They're new. They're different. I still saw the same offense. I still saw the same boringness. I do not like the Usos. I don't care. I have an unhealthy, quite frankly, hatred towards the Usos. Okay, so I've now just drunk another 100 milliliters. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this match had a strange dynamic. It really did. A very strange structure because it had Rhino was the face in peril. Slater getting the hot tag. Now, I think what they're trying to set up here is that Slater is the dominant one, and then Rhino's going to turn heel because everyone's like, oh, you've got all the attention, blah, blah, blah. But for the time being, it's just strange seeing Slater get the hot tag when Rhino's the much, much bigger chap. Slater gets the hot tag, really hot crowd, hits a nice power slam off the top, Rhino Gore on the floor and a Gore in the ring to get the win. Crowd got into this nicely towards the end, and the question is, what's next and who's next for the tag champs? I mean, you could do the Usos again, you could do Vaudevillains, Ascension. Don't say hi, bros. Don't let that come into your mind. Don't see these. Oh, what you do tomorrow on or Tuesday night? Saw in SmackDown Live, number one contenders match: Usos versus the Hype Bros. I think I need a lot more than 475 milliliters to get through that. I'll tell you that now. 2-star, acceptable. Then we have New Ball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. Sponsoring Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin. Now, that was a bit harsh because I harp on a lot about psychology and storytelling. They're the two things I am looking for the most in a pro wrestling match. They also had good psychology, so I'll get to that in a minute. So the We the People chant is actually strangely over. Like, when I heard Jack Swagger's I when I heard that, I'm thinking in my mind, oh, okay. Well, I can't drink any more Red Bull because I got it through the night. I can't go to the toilet because I've just been. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to have to sit here and watch this. So we've had New Ball. New Ball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. Now it's time for Dave Koco's book, Operation Freakshow. So Operation Freakshow sponsors Baron Corbin's match on the pay-per-view. Corbin, this match works the right hand, okay? Swagger goes for a swagger bomb. Couldn't cover quick enough because he's setting the hand. Swagger couldn't hook the Patriot Lock because he was setting the hand. Jack Swagger, if I was wearing a hat, I would tilt it. I would tilt the mic. There you are. I saw nothing wrong with this. It was decent psychology. Swagger applies the Patriot Lock, but Corbin grabs the apron. As the referee put the apron back in place, Corbin thumbs to the eyes, end of days, gets the win. Both men now have won by either a cheating, controversial, or a dusty finish. So the rubber match is probably going to be on SmackDown Live in 2 days, or they're going to build to it at the next pay-per-view. More importantly than that, I like how a heel won by cheating. Like, this doesn't happen enough in pro wrestling. And this isn't just at WWE, this is everywhere. If you're a heel, if you're a bad guy, you should win by cheating. You should win by any means necessary. And I think they portrayed Corbin pretty well. I don't like him. That's not because I don't like his wrestling ability. I just don't like his character, and that's a good thing. And then, speaking of good, I needed no New Ball for this, okay? Title versus career. Now, after this match, I did feel old. I felt that I went through an emotional roller coaster, and that's in a wrestling. I'll talk about that at the end. So we have the title career, IC title online, Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Bigger than big fight feel. More goosebumps than the opener. Because, do you know why? Build. It's all about the build. If you have a good build, I'm going to be emotionally attached to the match. If you have a shit build, I'm not going to care. Jack Swagger, Baron Corbin, no build. Do I care? No. This match, perfect build. And there's something on the line. Start off the match. Ziggler wanting some quick wins. Good. Make sure it's just good storytelling. He wants a quick, short, fast win. Miz keeps on doing Daniel Bryan moves and the yes chant. They're teasing this so hard that there must be a payoff. There just must be. If there's not a payoff, how fucking weird will this be? If there's not a payoff for all of the Miz stuff, and there's constantly stuff going on with the Miz and Daniel Bryan. Miz works the left leg. Miz finally applies the figure four after several attempts. Ziggler gets to the ropes, but better than that, he's scraping and crawling. He's there like scraping like that, and it's absolutely magnificent selling. Just the guy's out of this world. Maurice jumps up on the apron. Miz exposes the top buckle. Miz launches Ziggler into the exposed buckle plus a slingshot powerbomb for 2. How many times did he go for that slingshot powerbomb, and how many times did he nearly dump him over the top rope? Seriously dangerous move. Ziggler hits a zigzag for a great near fall. This is just an emotional roller coaster at this point. It really is. Ziggler with a sleep hold. Miz gets to the ropes. Crowd are just standing on the edge of they're stood up, just edge of their seat kind of stuff. Maurice then basically sprays Ziggler in the eyes. Miz then skull-crushing finale for one of the biggest near falls I've ever seen in my life. Generally, I thought that was it. Ziggler super kick, Spirit Squad come down. Miz hits a skull-crushing finale again. 1, 2, and another near fall. Referee throws them all out. One-on-one now. Miz walks into a super kick. Ziggler gets the win. New IC champ. Everything I want in a wrestling match and more. Now, I don't care about spots. I don't care about people trying to kill each other unless I'm watching New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't care about that. I care about two things when I watch WTV. Emotional, am I emotionally attached? Psychology and storytelling. This had psychology, working the leg. Ziggler sold at the end. Emotional roller coaster because Ziggler's career was online and I was really invested and really wanted Ziggler to win. 3, emotional investment because I was so attached to the character that I literally got teary-eyed after the near falls. I was so emotional. I was literally sat here like this. I was on the edge of my seat right here, watching on the network on this laptop. It was brilliant. It's a rarity that I will give a match from the WWF 5 stars, and I'll be honest with that. But because of the fact that it ticked all boxes, emotional attachment, psychology, storytelling, everything. It was perfect. Absolutely down perfect. 5 stars, okay? Great build, great match, great atmosphere, great emotion. What more can you ask for in a pro wrestling match? Someone please tell me perfect. Whew. Emotional roller coaster from the beginning to the end, guys. It's just go out of your way to watch this stuff. Like, match of the night, easily, you have to watch this. Like, there's no excuse for you not to watch this. But could this be match of the year? It may not be the best wrestling match of the year, but from a story point of view, it doesn't get better than that, ladies and gents. And you go from that awesomeness, no pun intended, and you go to this, okay? There was a WWE Network advertisement on the W Network. Like a full 1.5 minute W Network advert. Now, if it was the video game, I'd understand. But imagine being on Netflix and you're scrolling through and maybe watching Chuck. You know, I like Chuck. So there you go, plug Chuck. And then you're about to start watching it, and then an advert pops up and it's saying buy Netflix. You're there scratching your head like, but I own Netflix. Why are they advertising Netflix? Like, what's going on? And the network are advertising the network on the network. Oh god, here we go. New ball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. Alexa Bliss comes out. Bliss says Lynch can't wrestle tonight due to injury. Naomi comes out. By this time, I'm now 400 and maybe 25 milliliters into my can. I'm thinking, shit, I need to save that 50 milliliters because I know the main event. But I'm there looking at it and looking at it. Saved by the Fanta. Absolutely bloody magnificent. So I down the rest of the new ball. So Bliss goes for a cross arm breaker. She botches it. Naomi rolls up to get the win. That's it. Like, didn't see the majority of the match because I was too busy faddling getting the Fanta from the fridge. I don't care. Like, you promised me a SmackDown Live Women's Championship match and gave me a match that meant nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't care. Moving on. Main event time. If you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Can someone please still tell me where you can buy Randy Orton's jacket from? I'm just curious. I absolutely love that thing. Main event time, okay? Nothing's on the line here. Not one thing. Everything that I talked about just now in the 5-star Miz and Ziggler, emotional attachment, great psychology, perfection of a storytell, that didn't include in this one. Not in one way, shape, or form. There was no story, no emotional attachment. Whoever won, it didn't mean shit. I didn't really enjoy it. It just feels and felt like a SmackDown Live main event. I don't know if... I apologize if you can hear that. I can hear it in the background of from the mic here, a bit of a train in the back. I do apologize. It's 4:02, so it's 4 o'clock. The train starts running. Do apologize. But it did feel like a SmackDown Live main event. That's not a good thing. The first 10 minutes were slow. It felt like, oh shit, we still have 20 minutes to fill, and it was slow and dull and boring. And has any big man, here's another good question, has any big man ever hit a senton off the second rope? Has Bubba Ray? Has Bray Wyatt? I don't know. Lights go out though after Bray misses a running senton and he landed hard on the steps. Lights out. Harper's in the ring. Wyatt, Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3. Rowan's injured, replace him with Harper. Let's hope they treat Harper a lot better, and I fucking pray they do, because Harper's a magnificent worker. Harper's been on Raw house shows, in case any of you didn't realize. If any of you didn't know, and I expect you guys to know, you're in the internet inventory, you're a strong, people with brains. For those who don't know, Harper's been losing to Sin Cara on the house shows. So seeing him in the main event and costing Randy on the match makes me happy. So this is the scene, at least for my eyes, for SmackDown Live for the foreseeable future. I'm expecting Harper to get his teeth sunk into Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt to go after the belt with AJ Styles. Cena versus Ambrose. Wyatt won a pay-per-view match, but it meant nothing. So whenever Wyatt wins, the poor guy, it meant nothing. If this was on, an hour and a half before it actually happened, maybe I would have been a bit more caring and a bit more nice towards this. But it was so later on in the show where I'm used to and conditioned for an important main event. And I saw a world title match kick off the show. An hour and a half later, an incredible display of just emotional roller coastering, storytelling, psychology perfection with the IC title match, and then to go to the main event, and it's just like, I don't care. Who gives a shit who wins? Okay, Harper's back. What do you fucking do? I pray to God they don't ruin the guy. And the thing is, it's not like Lucha Underground. If Lucha Underground had Harper, yeah, he's going to be a main eventer. But when it was WWE, I'm blue. Like, I'm a blue guy. I bleed blue. SmackDown Live guy through and through. Like, this was much better than Clash of Champions by far. But it's just, I don't want them to ruin him. Like, they've got something special, and they are going to ruin it. And that upsets me. But Wyatt won a pay-per-view match. So Raston Ranton can have that one. Go check him out, Raston Ranton. Right, I'm going to get to see if we have any live comments. We should do. It is a pay-per-view. Well, we're 3-0 on the likes. Thank you very much. And we have some live comments. What? This is from Brandon. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, live comments is where it's a bit more loosey-goosey. It's not as, a breakdown or a review or analysis. This is where you guys send in the questions. I'll answer them. Brandon Matthews. What a disappointing way to end a pay-per-view. It was just like, oh, Harper's back. Like, if that was in the middle of the show, I think it would have been a bit more impactful. Because it was right at the end, I'm like, okay, let's wrap this one up. Like, literally, we're just there like, yeah, come on, we get it. Yep, let's go, let's get it. Wrap it up. I can picture Vince with his bloody walkie stick going, oh, I'm out of here. Not watching this shit. Oh, DD then puts, what's up, LK? Finally catching you live. Hope Ziggler gets the HBK light push now. Let's face it. As great as that pop was for Ziggler winning, do you actually believe he's going to get a push now? Now, I gave that match 5 stars, and I already do that. I don't think he's going to get a push from that. I think they could do a rematch with The Miz, put the belt back on The Miz. I wouldn't complain if that happened. Brandon Matthews' debate is over, so you're good. That's good. Heavy J. I wish Bray would do a Cody Rhodes and leave for Lucha. Oh, Lucha Underground. Imagine this. Bray Wyatt versus Pentagon Dark. Ultima Lucha. Take my money. Take it every day. I would think Miz versus Ziggler should have been a main event. It should have. Imagine if that was the main event. I would have come on here with saying 5-star match. And because that was the last thing I saw, the last taste in my mouth would not have been new ball. Make sure you ain't sleepy. It would have been of how great that match was. And it would have, everything I would have talked about a bit more positive towards, because that was the last impression. I think Harper versus Ziggler could happen down the road. Oh, I remember that TLC a few years ago. I think it was 2012, 2013. They had an absolute fucking great match. Would love it if they had a rematch. That was from Almanza Awad. They have Scott Duplicant. Sorry, I said that Scottish. I do apologize. Didn't know Becky Lynch was out. So it was a huge letdown. I stayed away from the internet websites, says the guy from the internet website. That's funny. I stayed away from the internet websites because I felt that the build towards the Miz and Dolph Ziggler was so great that I deserved it and owed it to myself to not know the outcome, to not know if Ziggler re-signed or not. So I actually didn't know until on the pre-show where Shane McMahon said, look, Becky Lynch isn't here. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. DD, Harper versus Randy feud would be great. And I hope they go down that road, because there is lots of other things they could do. And I am expecting them to do other things. It's just my prayer is that they do go down the Harper Randy on. Imagine that match was okay, but Harper is twice the worker Bray Wyatt is. So I would love it, fucking love it, if we had Harper versus Orton Wyatt versus AJ, Cena Ambrose for the future on the SmackDown Live scene. Well, that's going to do it for today. I'm your host, LK from KocoSports.net. Also, LK VIP. Subscribe for exclusive podcasts, Daily LK, near enough every day. We do an Attitude Era show. Me and Sammy have lots of planned. On Thursday, we have a new Lucha Day where we're going to be covering CMLL's weekly show on Wednesday on the Fight TV app, as well as Lucha Underground, as well as your TNA review. All these shows, every single show I do for this channel is also uploaded on there. But the better thing about that is if you sign up, you can download the shows, and because you're a VIP, you can download them. You can listen to them when you're at work, when you're on the toilet having a shit, when you're having a wank. Make sure you're not wanking over my voice, but you can do it while you're having a wank. More importantly than that, Dave Koco's book, Operation Freakshow, Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk is like £3. It's a magnificent read. First chapter, legit, nearly cried. Talking about emotional storytelling, that's Dave Koco's book. Also, KocoSports.net, that's KocoSports.net. It's where the world goes to kick ass, Chamber Combat Sports in a bubble, where it's okay to be a passionate fan from this man, who this show, remember, was brought to you by Newball. We make sure you ain't sleepy. That being said, make sure you'll stay safe, make sure you'll stay well. We'll be catching your asses down that line.